Y'all hear about that daylight saving time?
Did I hear about it? I experienced it.
I almost didn't hear about it, which was funny. Molly told me like Saturday night at like 9. I was angry.
Hello and welcome to WayTooBroad, the show and tell program for really, really ridiculously excited grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Hey, Hannah. Nice intro.
I did it exactly as it was written.
Hi,
I'm
Ben.
so proud.
Hello,
I'm so proud
both
of
of
you.
you. Good job, Hannah.
Great job, Hannah. Man,
Thank you.
it only took like about 80 episodes, but we got it. Loved it.
Almost 80. We don't usually say what episode number we're on, but we're at episode 79 right now.
We usually try to keep it a secret from you, the listener. But you know what? We'll spill the beans.
Yeah, we don't, yeah. But, actually, right off the bat, I did want to mention to all the listener peoples that we won't have an episode next week. So episode 80 will actually be coming out in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
It'll come out on March 31st, so on the 24th there won't be an episode. Another interesting thing about episode 79 is that it's coming out on Erin's birthday!
Happy birthday, Erin. Happy St.
Thank
Patrick's Day.
Happy birthday.
Many thanks. I will be 31 when this airs.
Yay!
Hooray. Yay. Wow. 31. It's good. I'm good. It's fine.
Erin and I were born in the same year, so whenever Erin turns an age, I turn it a few months later.
Yeah, this harks the arrival. So
Yeah.
my birthday for you is really like the signal that you're almost the age that I am.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a wake-up call for me every year.
Like, whew, I'm about to be 31.
Do you guys want to hear a funny St. Patrick's Day thing that happened today?
Yeah.
Wow.
The answer is always yes. Especially, like, it would be especially yes if you said that in, like, November.
Yeah. What happened?
As I was arriving at work, I got a text from Kylie that said, "Oh wow, I didn't know it was St. Patrick's Day today." And I said, "It's not."
Wait.
Apparently,
oh, wow. You didn't know correctly.
apparently her boss said it in an apartment meeting today, or something.
Okay, for the record, it's March 13th right
Yeah.
now.
That's so funny. Oh, man, I love that. That so rarely happens. Like, oh, man, I didn't know this thing that isn't true.
Yeah.
It's like, you were right.
Yeah.
You did it.
Before.
Yeah.
Go back.
Go back to the way you were. Revert.
Erin, this is going to be the first time I'm not with you for your birthday in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we usually were in Savannah for your birthday.
That's right. But you'll see me a few days later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why we don't have an episode coming out next week because we're going on our Savannah trip. Wednesday through Sunday we'll be out of town.
Yes. Very exciting.
Yeah. Very exciting.
Yeah, Savannah throws a big parade in Erin's honor every year, but unfortunately she's not going to be able to make it this year.
Yeah. So apologies to the city of Savannah. Apologies. Did I already say apologies? More apologies.
Yes. Extra apologies.
And maybe we'll see you next year. Sorry about that.
What are people? What are kids drinking nowadays?
Yeah.
Ben?
Who's first? Is it me?
You are.
Oh,
Ben.
what are
me
you drinking,
first. Just ice water. Just ice water.
Ice, baby.
Wow. Listen to that ice water, everybody.
Gotta hydrate.
Gotta.
I have a question.
Gotta hydrate.
If you're drinking ice water at 6:52 your time, would it be melted in our time at 9:52? So So, like,
Wow.
we were drinking your ice water 3 hours later. Would it be melted? Also, this really good question of mine brings up a great observation that Ben noticed about the quick and easy method to convert.
Oh yeah.
West Coast time to East Coast time. Ben, why don't you share?
You just flip the first number upside down.
Yeah, like 6 and 9.
Yeah, so like it's 6:53 right now. It's 9:53 on the East Coast.
Yeah,
there you go.
You just flip that first number around, and then you have the time on the East
1
Coast.
o'clock and 8 o'clock are the same. At 11 also, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. So it kind of syncs up. It kind of catches up, and
12 is 15.
Splits back apart. Yeah.
Which place is it 15? I guess it alternates.
Yeah.
Where it's 15. Yeah, I should know.
Yeah.
Because I'm on one of those
But
coasts.
it's important to remember if
7 is a backwards L.
6. I guess you can flip it out either way. So you don't have to, you flip down if you're on the West Coast and up if you're on the East Coast. I guess it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you just
flipping
flip
it
it
180
over.
degrees either way.
Because you're on the other side of the world. That's why.
Yeah, I like to think about it that way though. Flip like that. So
cool. So just a nice rule of thumb, like how you can do that thing with your fingers to multiply by 9.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I guess 7
like
is
that.
a forward L. Never mind.
Yeah, you know when it's like L.
Yeah,
O'clock.
like L30.
Yeah. Yeah.
L30.
Right.
times work.
Yeah. So this is especially good trick if you're a business person conducting a really important business on the other coast. You can just use this to make sure that you're always calling in to your meetings on time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and setting them at really reasonable normal times for everyone.
Yeah. How's L30 work your time?
What about E15?
That one rhymes. That's great.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, so there you go, everybody.
What are you
do you
drinking,
guys want to know
Hannah?
what I'm drinking?
Yeah.
Okay. I got 2 drinks. One of them is a regular original seltzer,
Nice.
Canada Dry.
That always throws me that Canada Dry makes plain seltzer. Original seltzer.
Good.
Not
they
available
make
seltzer.
good original seltzer. Big sip of that for you. Okay. And the other thing I have is from an extremely local brewery in Warwick, Rhode Island, which is actually right down the street from my office where I work my day job. It's called Proclamation Ale Company.
Proclamation Ale Company.
We actually found this beer. That's their jingle. Yeah, Ben knows it. And we found this at our local Wines and More, which was really exciting for us because up until recently you could really only get these like at the brewery because they sold out of them too quickly to distribute them. So either someone from Wines and More went and bought a bunch of like cans, or they're actually like ramping up production. Either way, pretty cool.
That's neat.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It brings into question the term like super local, because it's like not super local to like where you live, but it is super local to where you work, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna nickel and dime you on this one. I just apparently I am.
Super local to where I spend like half of my time.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that on a technicality. Okay.
Thank you. I'll take it on a technicality.
Yeah.
Okay. Erin, what are
Black
you
cherry
drinking?
seltzer.
Did you find any insight online about what's happening with you?
I haven't Googled it yet. You know, it's gonna be like I'm Googling it and WebMD is like, you have black cherry seltzer cancer or something.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
I can't imagine. Because I think I have it.
Will you make sure that there's some of those like in the car or something so I can try? Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get into black cherry seltzer, and I like black cherry stuff usually.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's got to be something special about that.
Here's the thing. I don't think so. I think it's me. I I didn't open up this can of black cherry seltzer and think, golly, this is the most incredible black cherry seltzer I've ever had in my whole life, or anything like that. I was just like, chill. And then it was like a craving hit, you know? And I'd hate to do that to you if it's like, maybe there is something addictive in this particular brand to get you and Ian hooked on it. And then you go back to Massachusetts where there are no Harris Teeters.
Nope.
Massachusetts / Rhode Island, I guess I should say. Where there are no Harris Teeters. And then, like, what if you're just addicted to it forever and you start developing black cherry seltzer cancer, but you can't cure it?
Now, is it Harris Teeters or Harry Titties?
It's Harry Teeters.
It's
the Harry Teet.
It's the Harry Teet. Good old Harry Teet.
Harry Teet. Okay. I see Kylie sitting behind you, and I just love the thought of, like, you, apropos of nothing, saying, isn't the Harry Titty? Like, and she didn't even, like, turn her head.
No, she's busy.
She lives with him.
Anyway, yeah, it's whatever you want it to be. Harry Titters.
Titties don't. Harry's Titters.
Harry's Titters.
Harry's Titters. That's
Harry
it.
Potter's Twitter.
That's the one.
Oh, man, that's great. I don't know why we haven't talked about Harris Teeter before, because now I have a slew of new great nicknames to call it.
Perfect. You're welcome.
Listeners, if you have other ones, you can call us and tell us all of them.
Yeah, Harry Potter's Twitter.
Harry Potter's
Molly,
Twitter.
do you need anything on Harry Potter's Twitter?
It sounded like Tidder. Like titter.
Titter. Which sounds like it's a really bad word, but I don't think it is.
No, I don't think so.
Oh man, did you see this email from YouTube?
Oh yeah. I think that we put too long of a clip in the episode last week of music.
Oh, for real?
It's not like,
oh wow.
It's not. Here's the thing. I looked into it. I didn't look into what is.
Did we get DMCA?
I think you can play music. We got a thing that said, due to a copyright claim, YouTube has your YouTube video has been blocked in some countries. So
what
basically,
YouTube
the way
video?
I have. It's the video of our latest episode. Nobody watches them. Like, I can see how many views we have. Like, some of them have, like, 1. And so, like, no one's watching it anyway. So, like, I don't care. They're not, like, suing us or anything. They're just like, you can't play this in some countries. So I'm like, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, so we didn't get any new emails besides the copyright claim from YouTube. But beyond that, I did get a text from Uncle Brown.
Oh, nice.
He's just getting lazier and lazier, huh? Can't even send an email?
Wow.
Basically. And like, nobody saved our podcast. It's still in peril.
I mean, it is only Wednesday, right? We usually record on Friday. That's 2 whole days that, like, people can.
That's true. Maybe someone will call
They're going to be
us
flooding in, like, tomorrow, so.
Yeah, Thursday's a real high volume email day for us.
That's right.
He said, loved your show this week, by the way, but maybe that's because I was the star.
Wow.
Wow. Talked about him a lot. Yeah.
Well, that's what you get if you interact with us, is all I'm saying.
You can be the star.
Yeah.
You can save our podcast and be the star of it.
Yeah.
Tell
us what you want us to say about you, and we'll say it. Actually, we could follow the the But Yeah model. Oh, which I should say, I gave But Yeah like some coffees on like Ko-Fi.
Nice.
And they then named me as a sponsor on an episode and did like a whole ad segment that I suggested where they invented a horrifying dog and tried to sell it. And it was nice. And they played our promo as well. So big shout outs to them. When they have a promo, we'll be playing it too. And I'd gladly do promo swaps with anybody. And we also do have a Ko-Fi. If anybody wants to give us coffee on there and suggest definitely tell us an obsession or just like anything you say to us when you give us money, we'll say on the podcast. So,
and you can find that Ko-Fi link super easily at WayTooBroad.com.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
That's where you can find that.
Right at the dang top of the page.
That's Neato Petito.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else have
Yes. So
Wow.
hard. I forgot to talk about it last week when it was a lot fresher. But actually, I've talked to Hannah about this already. But the fucking Critical Role Kickstarter, I feel like we should talk about because it's a
Let's
big
talk
deal
about it.
now.
Tell me about
Have
it.
you heard about this, Erin?
Talk to me about it as though I haven't.
Okay, so
How about
Critical
that?
Role posted on Twitter a few weeks ago this like picture of some kind of code that was cracked within 20 minutes by some industrious critters. And they found out that it said, "Help us animate Vox Machina." Vox Machina being the name of their first campaign, like the first the like group, the traveling group. They called themselves Vox Machina, and in this campaign they called themselves the Mighty Nine. So then they announced formally that they were going to have a Kickstarter to make a 22-minute animated special that was like a prequel to the first campaign. It's a 45-day campaign, and their goal was $750,000 to make this. They reached $1 million in under an hour
Holy shit.
of starting it, and as of right now, as of March 13th, they're at, I think, like 7 point something million.
What?
So they have broken the previous record for the most money given to a Kickstarter for like a TV or movie thing, which was set by the Mystery Science Theater 3000 reboot, which was like 5.5 million. They're at 7.2 million.
Wow.
And they have 36 days to go. They were not at all prepared to get that much, and so they have made like a bunch of stretch goals. They've turned it into a series now instead of just one animated special because they have almost 10 times as much money as they were asking for. And
God.
also
Too much
something
money.
especially cool they've been doing is like they did this like within the first few days of it. They were like linking to a bunch of other like Kickstarters and Patreons of like a bunch of other creators that don't get as much support, and we're just saying like, hey, you know, basically like you don't need to give us all your money, like there are other people who deserve it too.
Wow.
Which is like cool of them.
I watched this number like change as I've like been on the Kickstarter.
Yeah,
It's
like
like
that
gone
first
up.
Kylie and I were like watching it the first like hour that it was released, and it was insane how quickly it was going up. They got to like I think by the end of that first day they were at like 3.5 million.
Wow.
And the video that they like released to the Kickstarter has like a preview of what it would look like. They did like a preview animation for like the opening. And it looks really good. It looks really, really cool. I'm super excited for it. It's supposed to drop in fall of 2020. But yeah, I'm excited for that, and it's super cool that they're getting that much support for a friggin' show based on a D&D game. It's
Holy
great.
cow. That's awesome.
And they're all voice actors, so they're gonna voice their own characters, duh.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
That's really
Pretty
neat.
awesome. Yeah. This is cool because it's like also a way for people who did not watch the first thing
Yes. Like me.
to engage with it. And me.
Yeah, because
Although
they've been like listening to feedback on that. Like when they decided to make it into a series, they were like, okay, well, I guess we'll just like go into the first campaign then, like instead of just prequel stuff. So I'm excited. I hope they like make a whole. I think there's a decent chance it gets picked up by like Netflix or Hulu by next year. If Mystery Science Theater 3000 did, and they made 5.5 million. They're already at 7.2 million. Obviously, there are people who be watching it.
Yeah, that's like a signal to the producer that's
And they, like,
oh, people will watch this.
Right,
Yeah.
and they only did the Kickstarter because like they couldn't convince a media company to invest in it because no one really understood it well enough.
Yeah, it keeps going up since I've been on this page. It's gone up over $1,000. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
They have stretch goals up to $10 million.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna probably be on Netflix. That would be cool.
Wow.
I would totally watch that. Totally. I like this. I like that, like, shows that are in less accessible media to some people are like finding ways to cross over into other areas, like the way that the Adventure Zone did too with their graphic, or their, I don't know if they call them graphic novels. Yeah.
I'm adding that to my beach reading list.
The graphic novel?
Yeah.
Beach reading?
Beach reading list. Molly and I are going on a long beach vacation this year, so I've already started my gaycation reading list.
Nice.
You going to Long Beach?
No.
You should go to Long Beach. That's so close to me.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're going to a beach close to us. Thank you.
Rude.
I mean,
Short
it's not
beach.
as close to us as... Yeah, we're going to Short Beach, and it's not as close to us as your Short Beach is close to you. Because if you recall, a Short Beach is a beach, and
That's
a
right.
Long Beach is a desert.
It's a desert. Yeah.
That's right.
So, glad we
Very good.
bring that terminology back.
Congratulations to Critical Role.
Yeah,
for their
awesome.
Great success.
Very cool.
Congratulations to Erin for her birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations to Erin.
For my birthday. I'm getting a 8 a.m. haircut on my birthday.
What
Wow.
the fuck?
Very
Why?
excited.
That's the most 31-year-old thing I've ever heard, actually.
I'm excited. I love my hairdresser, or I guess my barber. And I don't know, it just feels nice to like get my day started, get a fresh haircut. You're right, it is really 31.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
shit.
very 31, yeah. That's fine, though.
Yeah, it's like so 31 to like assume I'm gonna be like really sober and not hungover, which is true. Like I'm probably gonna hit the hay early, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's a Sunday morning. Who below the age of 31 makes plans on a Sunday morning? Nobody.
Man, I'm getting older.
I guess religious people, all religious people
That's
do.
true. Yeah.
But
probably
whatever.
not at 8. Anyway. Whatever.
That's
Listen.
also true. You can still go to church.
I'm getting my hair cut. I'm heading to church. That's exactly what I'm doing. How'd you know?
I
I like to have my hair cut fresh for the Lord. I like to come before the Lord with my head right, you know?
I like to look good for Jesus.
Buzz cut for Christ.
That's great.
Yeah.
Just churning them out right now. I keep hitting my mic. That's going to be so annoying later for me.
It's
Okay.
annoying now. No, I'm just kidding. You're right.
All right. What should we do now? We should talk about our obsessions.
What? Can one of you just talk? Do you want me to go? Do you want me to
You're
pop in?
just an amazing captain of this podcast ship. Let's go into Ben. Let's not
very
go into Ben.
collaborative.
Let's just let's dig into the mind of Ben.
I like to create a collaborative environment where everyone feels like they can contribute to the success of the podcast.
Yeah, it's kind of like a false, feeling of contribution because you're like, Ben, go. It's your turn. Can we all agree that it's Ben's turn to tell his obsession?
Yes. Ben, go.
Okay.
Hi, Ben.
It's a movie. Or I guess a movie series.
Oh.
Although I just saw the most recent one on Friday.
Is it
no, Sunday. We saw it on Sunday.
Marvel?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Although I do want to see that.
I saw it, and it's dope.
Is that your
Ooh.
obsession? Because
No.
if so, wait your turn.
It's not, but it just feels like something I should just shout out.
Yeah, I do really
up
want to
front.
see that.
I liked it.
Me
I
too.
love Brie Larson. I thought it was a really great movie.
But no, that is not mine. Mine is How to Train Your Dragon.
Ah, frick.
The third one is out. The third and final one.
How to Train Your Pet Dragon.
It's so sweet. And it's so funny because Kylie and I have had not like a feud, but like, because Kylie loves dragons and anything with dragons and naturally love those movies because they're great. I, as a kid, both Lucas and I read the book that series is based on. And so I always had like a small gripe with them, which is that the story is like fundamentally different from the book. But
Ugh, what a nerd.
but like it doesn't matter at all because I still really like the movies, but anytime I brought that up, Kylie always got mad at me. And she even now sometimes brings it up, like, oh, you can't really even enjoy this because it's not like the book, is it?
So, when you say book, is this like a children's board book? Like, I've never heard of
board
these books.
book? No, it's like a young adult book.
Okay. That was like a burn. Don't, like, take my question seriously when I'm trying to fucking burn you. Alright? You know what I mean when I say board book? For, like, little baby fingers, Ben.
Oh, is that? I've never heard them called that. Is that what they're called?
Because the pages are not pages of paper, they're boards.
Yeah.
So that, like, chubby baby hands can turn them. I was implying...
I do understand.
This was a children's book,
I just had never heard that term before. I mean, it definitely it's a book probably for, like, it's for young. I read it when I was, like, 10, probably. It's, like, not for like, teenagers. But, yeah, the movies are so sweet and nice, and... this one especially, and Toothless, who is the main character's dragon, just reminds both Kylie and I so much of Como. Excuse me. Because he's like jet black, and he's got these big green eyes, and he's so friggin' sweet and nice to Hiccup, who's the main character. And this, I don't want to spoil if anyone hasn't seen the first two.
Haven't.
Which makes it hard to talk about the third.
I've seen the first one, but not the second one or the third one. You haven't seen the first one, Hannah?
No, I haven't seen any.
Wow, you should. They're so good. The first one is,
like, definitely worth a watch. Worth a watch. It's, like, definitely worth a watch. I don't know.
Worth a watch.
We gotta change the name of the podcast now.
I don't know how worth to watch the second and third are. Maybe Ben can speak to that. Maybe instead of speaking in specifics, we can speak in generalities, Ben.
How does one do that with the plot of a movie?
We don't have to talk about the plot. Is the second and third one, are they worth to watch? Yeah,
they're worth to watch for sure.
Yeah,
the second one introduces a really cool character that is not in the first one.
Is it the lady?
Yeah,
we all know about the lady.
Mama.
Oh, Hiccup's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the lady dragon.
The lady dragon? Oh, no, that's in the third one.
Yeah, his love interest.
Yeah.
Lady dragon? Oh, yeah. No, that's in the third.
No, I'm talking about in the second one that introduces Hiccup's mom.
Okay.
And then she's
maybe I did see the second one. I did.
Oh, really?
I think so.
She's got a super cool dragon. All the dragons are like, it's fun because they like range from like really silly looking to like really badass and cool. And there's there's a lot of like unique designs for them. Like there's, in the new one, there's like this kind of dragon that's like dragon that's kind of like a scorpion. Like it's got like a venomous tail, and instead of shooting fire, it shoots like acid out of its mouth. They're cool as fuck.
I have a question. How can I tell if I've seen the second one?
Read the synopsis and see if it sounds familiar. How do you tell if you've seen any movie?
I don't know.
Is there like a blood or like maybe like a spit test?
Is there like an online test I can take to like figure out if I've seen this movie?
I mean, if you know Hiccup's mom, then you've seen the second one. She's not in the first one. Her name's Valka, and she's played by Kate Blanchett, I think.
I've had hiccups before.
Has your mom?
I think I've seen this movie.
It's good. Oh yeah, Kit Harington's in the newest one.
Yeah, that guy.
Andy's in the second one, I think.
Jon Snow.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
And Kristen Wiig is in it, and Jonah Hill.
I've seen this movie.
And Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
The second or the third?
The second.
All three. All three for all of this.
Yeah.
That's like the whole cast of Superbad, basically.
I'm pretty sure I haven't seen the third, because isn't it in theaters?
Yes. That's where I saw it on Sunday.
I guess anything's possible, but I'm pretty sure I haven't seen the third. I'm certain I've seen the second one at this point.
I really liked it. I just don't have much to say about it without spoiling it or the ones before it. It's hard to talk about.
Is there music in it?
It's a movie. Did you guys both forget what movies are and how they work?
It's a silent film. Are you playing that silent films don't exist, Ben?
How rude.
And that they're not films?
Like...
What?
like, is there, like, I don't know, like, do people sing in it?
Are there any
Is it
sounds?
a musical, do you mean?
Yeah.
Are there any sounds
it's not
whatsoever?
a musical.
Do the dragons perhaps sing?
Do the dragons ever do a dance number?
No. Actually, Toothless does dance in it.
See?
You lied.
Because he's trying to impress the lady dragon.
Oh, I heard about that, about how he's trying to fuck.
Yeah, yep. I mean, you're not wrong.
GTF. I did hear about that. What, like... You, like, know about that, but, like, not if it's a musical? Like, what kind of, like, Google alerts do you have? Like, how are you, like, plugged into this?
I just haven't seen any of it.
It's not a musical, but the music is really good.
Okay, thank you.
I like the score a lot.
Okay, alright.
That's all I needed.
So there are sounds. Okay.
Now that the score's settled, we can move on.
Nice. It's very funny also. And also will make you cry maybe at the end.
Yeah, well, most definitely, probably.
Definitely would make me cry.
Especially if there's music. So, I honestly,
I can't remember if there's music or not.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's just so unusual for there to be music in a movie nowadays.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Yeah. Well, it's like 50-50, right?
Yeah.
So
it's a coin flip.
I don't think it's a deal breaker for Hannah. It is really nice when there's music, I find.
Yeah. I think more movies should do it for sure.
Yeah. I think they should. We should really like start demanding it, but
wow.
We'll get there.
I did rewatch the first one recently. It sounds like I need to rewatch. Maybe that is in parentheses just for safety. Watch the second one. And then watch the third one. Or rewatch it.
We meant to do that, but we didn't have time, so we just went and watched the third.
It's fine. It's just a movie with music in it. It's normal to do that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I will watch the first one since it's got a glowing recommendation from everyone involved.
Kylie loves all those movies a lot.
Kylie loves dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's still sometimes that she's consumed so much dragon related fiction at this point that she can even be like picky with some of it. You know? If she doesn't like how like dragons are portrayed. And she approves of this one.
Nice. So she's allowed to be picky with the way dragons are portrayed, but you're not allowed to like comment how they're different from the books. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, you're right. That is exactly how it goes.
So she's allowed to read books and then comment about those, but you're not allowed to read books and comment about those. I see it.
I see it.
She doesn't listen to this podcast, right?
No, but she's right here.
Yeah. Well, she can hear me, right? Yeah, that's cool. All right.
She probably can. She can definitely hear me.
Chill.
Yeah, she's too busy to care.
Love you, Kylie. I do like Kylie a lot. Okay.
Me too.
Same.
I was just joshing with her.
Yeah.
You're allowed to read board books and comment on them. So.
Cool. Well, that sounds good.
That time I did get that it was a burn, just so you know.
Thank you.
Great.
It took a while, but we got there.
Yeah, it's good. Can I do mine?
Please,
yeah, what's your...
Please.
I'm so excited about it.
Oh my god, tell us!
Okay. All right. So my obsession is like, I don't know if either of you will have heard of it. If one of you has, it would probably be Ben. I'm curious.
Okay.
It's a band from Japan.
Okay.
And
yeah, my head went right there right away too, Erin.
It's
nice.
a Japanese bandinese, and and they're called Gesu no Kiwami Otome.
Nope.
Nope.
Doesn't sound familiar.
You're Gesu Wamakana, Hitomi.
Okay. I looked up what their name meant earlier today. It's something like a young girl who is very rude, something like that.
Oh, so you are
The only Japanese band that would have meant anything to me is Goose House or Rad Wimps. That's it.
And we've talked about Goose House. And we
sure
are all
have.
rad wimps.
Yep.
I'm just gonna, again, just check out what their name means real quick. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, no, girl at the height of rudeness is what it means.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So,
Love it.
so they're a band that, in order to avoid spoilers, I'm just gonna say I became aware of because of Terrace House.
Okay.
They were in Terrace House.
I'm not gonna say any more than I've already said.
They were on a panel with Kenta Maeda.
And I heard, and I heard the name, and I had not heard their music, and so I went on Spotify.
Music.
So I went on Spotify to listen to it, and I was like just immediately blown away. So the band is composed of 4 people. There's 2 men and 2 women. The bass player and the vocalist and sometimes guitar player are the men, and then the women play the keyboard and the drums, which I already think is like really awesome. The drummer is like really cool. She's like just like flailing around everywhere all the time. I watched a bunch of their videos today. So I've heard their first song this morning, and I spent my entire probably like 30 to 45 minutes of my lunch break watching a bunch of their music videos and live videos and stuff. I just think they're really cool. And they're really, really famous in Japan. Although not as maybe as like universally loved as they used to be, because the lead singer has been embroiled in some scandals in the past, which I'm going to get into, but I did want to play you clips of a couple of songs.
Yes.
Okay. I also wrote myself some notes of all of the bands that they've reminded me of as I've been listening to them. And I'm just going to read this list off first. Panic at the Disco, Arctic Monkeys, Tom Tom Club, The Format of Montreal, and Ben Folds 5.
Wow.
Are all bands they've reminded me of. Then also, in the songwriting or the style of songwriting, I gather, although the vast majority of it is in Japanese, but just based on some of the titles and what I know about the scandal, also kind of Taylor Swift, in that it seems like there's the lead vocalist, who is the guy who gets embroiled in these scandals. He's also like, the main songwriter. And so it seems like he brings in his life drama into the band's music as well, which reminds me of
What are the types of scandals that he gets embroiled in?
She said she'd get into it.
I want to play the songs first.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, immediately when you said embroiled, the imagery of like French onion soup came to mind, and I was just thinking about French onion soup for a little bit, so checked out.
It's not French onion soup.
It's not the kind of scandal. I'd love to get embroiled in a nice French onion soup scandal.
All right. I haven't picked times so I'm just going to click to somewhere in the middle of these and then turn the volume up.
Sounds good.
It's so supportive, Ben.
Okay. Here's one of their older songs, that was very popular, I think. So that's kind of to me, an Arctic Monkeys vibe in that one. It's it's very noisy, but you can tell that there's a lot of good musicianship going on. But that particular clip was just very noisy. But what I like about them is they balance that and the electronic nature of their songs with almost this jazz element, and like they do a lot of cool things with rhythm and stuff. Okay. This is my favorite.
Okay.
This is the first one that I heard. Okay. The chorus of the song is so good.
So it's only been downhill since the first one, huh?
No. So that's the chorus.
Really like that.
Isn't that
Voice
so good?
Sounds so familiar.
Will you send that in Slack? I want to have that.
Yes, I actually have the video up too, so I'll send you the video.
Are they on Spotify?
Yeah, that's what I'm playing it on.
Okay.
They have a YouTube as well. Yeah, that song was like, I was like, wow, this is really good. So, so like the musicianship is just extremely good. The guy's voice is really interesting. I'm sure there are moments where it's auto-tuned, but his range is pretty outstanding, I think. He sometimes like has a lot of androgyny to his voice. Like you almost can't, so the women who are the only person in the band that doesn't sing is the bass player. Everybody else in the band sings. So one of the reasons they remind me of Tom Tom Club sometimes is that the keyboardist and the drummer will sing harmonies together as like backup or as like a call and response in some songs with the lead singer. But sometimes sometimes I've been watching the video and I've realized that I think it's one of the women singing, but it's actually the main vocalist who's singing because his range goes so high. Which is really cool. So it's just like, it's good. They're very dynamic. They do a lot of different things. I have one more. I don't know what any of these are because all of their song titles are in Japanese.
Will you send me the one we were just listening to, the Spotify link to it? No. Will you send me the Spotify link to it?
Yeah, fine. Oh my goodness.
Well, I just don't want to, I have no way to like referencing it.
I know, it's really hard.
I don't even know what the band name is, you know?
It's really, really hard.
I know. So I would just love to have that. Stop what you're doing. Send that to me.
Hold on.
Like, I'm like, I'll just pull it from the YouTube link. No.
I think part of why I like that song is that I can sing along with one part. You're welcome. Where it's like, da-dee-da-dee-da. I can sing along with that.
God, you got it, girl. Me so much of another song I've heard that I cannot remember. That part in particular.
That guy's voice is what reminds me of like Panic at the Disco or like The Format, where there's this really clear, bright main vocalist.
Maybe it's The Format.
Yeah, Format.
Might be The Format. But they have more jazz influences in The Format, and I think that their music tends to be quite a lot heavier and less folky, overall.
And less fucky.
Less fucky, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I think this is the one where he screams. Hold on a second. Okay. I think he yells Tokyo, like the city, but I'm not sure.
We'll be the judge of that.
Doesn't sound like Tokyo. Oh.
Yeah, you fucking knocked over it.
I thought you were talking about the part before that. But that is really funny how that worked out.
You talked directly over it.
That's hilarious.
I didn't hear anything but your voice saying it doesn't sound like Tokyo.
Okay, let me play it again for Erin.
Okay, thank you.
Oh my god, I love how he shouts. He like sounds exasperated.
I know. He does it twice.
Man, that would have been perfect if Ben said that like right before he said Tokyo, just in the tone that he says Tokyo. He's like, doesn't sound like Tokyo. He's like, Tokyo! Like, happy now, Ben? Jesus. That's great. Wow. I like this music sounds.
Yeah. I like this music sounds too.
Is this music?
They should put some of that into the movies. The movies that Ben likes. Right. They should put some of this into those movies.
You're right. We should write a letter.
We should.
Who do we send it to?
I don't know, but we better word it strongly.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg. It's gotta be, right?
We can include a tape of some of these songs on them.
So have you ever thought of putting these in movies?
Please include these in your movies. Thank you very much.
Have a good day. So, strongly worded.
We try to include the music in our little thing, and we get a slap on the wrist from YouTube. So I don't even know what to say about the state of music these days.
I don't know.
Not looking good.
So, the Scandals, okay?
Okay, yeah. What's
up? Okay. So, this band's been together since about 2012. In 2014, they, the lead singer guy, there was this big, like, news article that broke that he, had, at the same time, like, in the same article, the news broke that one, he had secretly gotten married to some woman, like, not a famous woman, like a peasant. And then,
Okay, that's what we call them nowadays in this modern time of ours. Okay.
Yeah, and then at the same time in the same article, the news also broke that he was supposedly having an affair with another famous television personality in Japan named Becky. That's her whole name.
Okay. Carry on.
So that was the whole scandal, and he got into like deep shit for it. But the thing is, like,
was it true?
Well, they both deny it and say they were just friends, but there was a lot of stuff just from like the 10 minutes I spent like looking around. There were pictures that were taken of them. There were pictures that they sent back and forth. There were texts that they sent back and forth they got a hold of somehow. But they were like, and the texts seemed to indicate that he was planning on divorcing his wife for her. And I guess her career took a little bit of a hit from that. Although I think they're both still doing pretty well, honestly.
Can I tell you that reminds me of something that just happened, which I find hilarious?
What's that?
Do you know who Jose Canseco is?
Yeah, baseball?
Yeah, baseball, did steroids.
Oh, yeah.
He is baseball.
Yeah. And Alex Rodriguez and J-Lo just got engaged.
Oh.
And Jose Canseco...
Weren't they together?
Yeah, they've been together a while, but they weren't married.
Yeah.
That's usually
Jose
how it goes,
Canseco,
yeah.
right after this happened, got on Twitter and was like, I feel so sorry for J-Lo because A-Rod is cheating on her with my ex-wife.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Like, A-Rod denied it. His ex-wife, who doesn't really even use Twitter, got on Twitter to say, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Alex and I haven't seen each other in 5 years, and when we did last see each other, we were going out to dinner with my current boyfriend.
Wow.
Like, Jose
Wow.
Canseco just like went on a rant on Twitter where he was like, I don't fucking care. I know it's true. I'll fight you in an MMA fight, Alex Rodriguez.
Oh my god.
Just the dumbest, like, dumb macho shit in the world.
Jeez.
And I found it hilarious. And then he said, I guess it's polygraph time. Are you going to take a polygraph or are you too much of a coward?
Wow.
It was just, he had a wild day.
He doesn't seem well. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
Jeez.
I don't think he's going to be allowed to be baseball anymore.
I don't think so.
He's going to get that offer taken away to be baseball.
So like, here's the thing. I don't know what happened between these two people, you know, but I don't think it would have been anywhere near as big a deal if it had happened in the US as it was in Japan. Like, they're kind of more socially conservative, as I understand it, in some funny ways, and then in some other funny ways, they're really not. I don't know. It's like confusing.
It's like a different culture.
It's like a whole different culture.
Can I just read this tweet that Jose Canseco sent? Because I find it hilarious.
Okay.
I forgot. This is why I find it so funny. He said, Alex Rodriguez, I challenge you to a polygraph. Are you man enough to face me?
Wow.
That is not how any of that works.
No, polygraphs aren't competitions.
Do you remember when I was saying earlier how I liked, like, how Eamon will, like, engage in private conversation with us on public Twitter? I don't like how this dude is doing it. Like, that's not as funny.
Should we challenge Eamon to a polygraph?
Yeah, Eamon,
Yeah, we should. I'm
apology.
gonna do it right now, and then he'll figure it out on Sunday.
Okay,
Yeah,
good idea.
Eamon, are you baseball? I challenge you to a polygraph test. Are you hydrated enough?
Are you hydrated enough to face me?
Yeah. Ben, write what we just dictated to you.
So
I'm
that
gonna
was
write the exact tweet, but I'm just gonna replace Alex Rodriguez with Eamon Conley.
okay. Cool. So that was one scandal, and they took a little break after that. And then there was another one where this one is even dumber in my opinion. Cause like, listen, these things happen, basically, is my feeling about that situation. Like, he was barely, like, their band had just started when he got secret married. And, like, you know, you're in a whole new world, and, like, you meet all these people, and things change, and that's, like, kind of the nature of these things sometimes. Like, it's really nobody's business but theirs.
Yeah.
And then later, like a year later, he got caught drinking with his new girlfriend, but she was a couple weeks from being drinking age. She was 19 and he was, she was 19 and about to turn 20. And he was like probably like 27 or 28. So that's like a little skeezy to me. But the fact that honestly, the fact that he was drinking with her, like they're in a relationship and she's very close to drinking age, like that to me is like, I don't care.
Can I tell you, maybe it's just because I'm a foreigner, but when I was in Japan, it seemed like drinking ages were never enforced anywhere. Mm-hmm. No one ever asked for an ID. There are vending machines with alcohol in them. Like
but that
everywhere.
But that one was like a bigger deal than the first one. Like he basically, the entire band and both of his bands, because he's in 2, got like dropped from their label for that. Wow. And he had to like write an apology and have a press conference and issue an apology, which is like a big thing in Japan, I guess. Like people making public apologies like that. And then they took another break for a little while, and then he just started his own record label and put all his bands on it.
I mean, part of me is like, wow, that's surprising. And another part of me is like, not to say that was like the shittiest thing that somebody could do, but like, how novel would it be if record labels drop the artists for like being terrible? You know, that'd be novel.
Yeah, that's true. I just think, again, that feels like an invasion of privacy at the start.
Yeah.
You know, like like just not something that is anybody's business. Like, I totally agree with you that, you know, if there's like real, actual shitty things going on, then it would be cool if people had consequences for those things.
Yeah, totally. But like, who cares?
Yeah.
Right. It's like their private affairs.
So like quaint and old fashioned almost, like these scandals to me. I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, I looked into it because I didn't want to like hype up a band that had like some dark stuff happening, but to me it all seems like a lot of kind of just his privacy got invaded and it didn't look great, you know.
You didn't hear about the murders?
I mean, I wasn't gonna bring him up.
Okay. Yeah,
because I like the band, so
yeah, I'm willing to look past it based on that one song you played me.
Yeah,
cool.
Based on the 3 together.
If the listener, just in case I forget to post links to these songs, again, all the names are in Japanese, but if you want to find the song that Erin really liked, that she got all freaked out about, the one that I said was my favorite, that
she got all freaked out about. That seems like an unfair characterization.
Well, I was like, send it to me now. Stop your segment. We're recording a podcast. Send me that link. I freaked out. It's true.
You freaked out. That one is their most recent single. So if you go to their Spotify, it's like the top thing on the page. So if you're looking for that one, you can find it. And then the third one that I played was from their... No, this is not going to help if I say anything more. It's just...
they're just not in this language, like not in these character symbols. Like,
I can't search. I physically can't search for their music unless I can copy paste it from somewhere else. So I'm doing my best. Yeah. And the names of the albums too. They do have a song called, oh my God, I forgot it. It's like their only song that's in English.
Is that what it's called?
Please stand by.
We are sitting by.
Jiao Jiao Masan. Jiao Masan.
It's called...
That's in English characters.
No, it's
Daruma-san.
Yeah, that's it. Daruma-san.
Dancer and the Dancer.
Sad but sweet.
They have a couple, but the song I was thinking of was Daruma-san, which I guess there's a thing that's for luck in Japan. It looks like that. It's like an apple where the place where you would have bitten out of the apple, there's a face.
That's lucky.
Yeah, it's lucky. But it's also like there's basically there's a Japanese version of like a Bloody Mary type thing where if you sit in a bathtub and wash your hair while saying Daruma-san fell down over and over again until you're done washing your hair, then this like ghostly woman will follow you for a full day and basically try to play tag with you. And if she catches you, like, you die.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
That's instead of like an alcoholic brunch drink? No, I'm kidding. That was a bad joke.
Hey, nice.
That was a bad joke.
No, that was good. I liked it.
That is so fucked up. Thank you, Ben. You're so supportive. It was mentioned earlier. That's like really, like, what the fuck? Like, while you're washing your hair in the bathtub, but like not in the shower?
Well,
Listen.
You want to hear how bathing works in Japan? We can talk about that.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
You usually take their rooms are like, the bathrooms are separate from where the toilet is, where you bathe. It's a separate room, and usually the shower is like the whole room is the shower in the bathtub, basically. If that makes any sense. Like, you just walk in and you're in the shower, and you fill the bathtub with like hot water while you're taking a shower, and clean yourself off, like really scrub yourself, and then you soak in the bathtub.
Oh.
So the bathtub isn't really like for cleaning, it's just for like a relaxing soak after you clean yourself.
Oh, that's kind of how it is in Tara's house, too.
Which you think about it makes perfect sense, because bathtubs are gross if you're just cleaning yourself in it, because then all your gross shit's you're soaking in your own filth. It's stupid.
True, but why are then they washing their hair in the bathtub in this Bloody Mary-like thing? Tell me that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
These stories don't add up.
I just don't know. I got nothing for that.
Listen, I can read you this, how it goes. I don't know if we have time, how people are feeling about time.
I don't want to know about it.
Really?
Oh, no, you can read it to me.
Read it.
Okay, this is instructions for how to do it. So, 1. Begin at night just before you go to bed. Shed your clothing and enter the bathroom. Fill the bathtub with water and turn the lights out. Climb into the tub and sit down facing the faucet and taps. Close your eyes and begin washing your hair. As you wash your hair, repeat the words, Daruma-san fell down, Daruma-san fell down. Do not stop repeating them until you've finished washing your hair. Do not open your eyes. If you've performed this action correctly, you will gain a mental image of a Japanese woman standing in a bathtub. She will slip and fall, landing face first on a rusty tap and hurting her eye out. Okay. Should you hear any noise behind you or feel movement in the tub, do not turn around and do not open your eyes. Ask aloud, why did you fall in the bathtub? Oh my god, I'm getting chills. Allow the question to hang in the air. Then, keeping your eyes shut, carefully stand up and get out of the tub. Do not trip and fall yourself. That's what it really says. And do not drain the tub. Exit the bathroom, shutting the door behind you. You may now open your eyes. Leave the bathroom as you left it. Water in the tub, door shut until morning. Do not turn on any lights. And step 9 is go to sleep. That's just the prelude.
Wait, but we didn't...
Fuck?
They didn't rinse the hair.
They did. I think you have to finish washing your hair before you...
So that's like implied in the rinsing your hair.
But they certainly didn't have time to dry themselves before they came out of the bathroom.
Or put clothes on or lotion.
Yeah. So the main event, awaken at your usual time. The game begins the moment you open your eyes. Go about your day as normal. You will feel a constant presence behind you. It is likely that, should you turn to look, you will see nothing. However, glancing over your right shoulder may occasionally reveal a glimpse of her. Her hair will be black and tangled, and she will have only one eye. She will attempt to get closer and closer to you as the day goes on. Should you spot her and find that she is too close for comfort, shout, Tomare, that is stop, and run away. The idea is to put some distance between you and her. Do not allow her to catch you. That's in bold. The ending. Capture her in your gaze by looking over your right shoulder. Shout, Kita, that is, I cut you loose, while swinging your arm down in a chopping motion. If you perform this action correctly, a winning condition will have been achieved and the game will be over. If you have not performed the action correctly, run.
What the fuck?
This sounds like that terrible dream I had.
Yes,
that I sent So Dreamy.
It does. It sounds exactly like that.
It kind of sounds eerily similar to that terrible dream I had.
It says the ending must be performed before midnight. Failing to do so will grant her permission to enter your dreams. Do not allow her to do this. Additionally, performing the ending is not as easy as it seems. If she suspects you are trying to hide or to end the game, she may hide. You must have her in your sights when you perform the Kita command. Concerning second attempts, it is not recommended that you play this game more than once. Should you play it a second time, she will begin in the same position she was in at the conclusion of the previous game. This will not provide adequate distance to escape her.
What the fuck?
Do not let her catch you. That's how it ends. It never says what happens if she catches you.
What? That's wild.
Who voluntarily, engages in this?
I don't know. But if they do it twice, they're in trouble. Anyway, so that's that.
Hannah, who's that lady behind you?
No, shut up. Really, really mean.
I'm sorry. It is really mean.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's crazy.
I got so scared.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You're the one who wanted to read it. I didn't want to hear about it.
I know. I'm sorry.
That sounds so much like the dream, and that's weird that it says, like, we granted her permission to, like, see you in your dreams. I did once, like, chant a weird thing in the bathtub, but I didn't think anything of it. So anyway.
Anyway, now that we've read that, Erin, what's your obsession?
Well, my obsession is, like, never doing that ever. Holy fuck. My obsession is a TV series. I'm wondering if you guys have seen it. It's a Amazon Prime original Catastrophe.
With Rob Delaney?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I follow Rob Delaney on Twitter because he's really funny.
He's so funny. Have you seen this
I haven't.
show, Hannah? It's so good. So, it's about to air its 4th and final season on Amazon Prime. It started in 2015, and it's written by Sharon Horgan and Rob Delaney. And they, like, the way that they met, so they're two, like, Sharon Horgan has like, written for TV. Rob Delaney, of course, is, like, a super duper funny person. And, I think, like, I was watching a YouTube video, and, like, basically they met on Twitter. So, like, Rob Delaney is, like, was a super fan of Sharon Horgan and followed her on Twitter. And they happened to get in a conversation one day on Twitter and ended up, like, continuing a conversation. And then they would happen to meet up. You know, Sharon Horgan lives in London. She's Irish. She lives in London. Rob Delaney, I think, lived in New York. And so they would, like, kind of see each other when they would be in each other's areas for whatever reason. And then they just, like, found that they were, like, had a compatible sense of humor and really enjoyed each other and decided to write this show together. So Rob Delaney, like, actually moved to London where he lives now with his, like, wife and children. And Sharon Horgan lives there too with her. I think she has a husband and children. And they write this show together, and it's really fucking funny. The two main characters are named Rob and Sharon, and it's actually funny. It's like Rob Norris and Sharon Morris. Like, they almost have the same name. And the premise and what happens in the pilot episode, which is a really great pilot, is that basically they meet when Rob is in London on a business trip, and they basically, like, have sex for a week. And Sharon ends up getting pregnant. And so Rob decides to move to London, and they be there together. So they start a family together after not really knowing each other for that long. And so there's kind of that tension and that relationship that they're working out between each other. And it's a super funny show. They're both of the characters are, like, not super great people. They're not bad people, but they're definitely, like, they have a lot of rough edges, and they're both kind of have this, like, dark sense of humor and some, like, immaturity. And so there's a lot of conflict in that, in their kind of, like, rough personalities and their dark senses of humor and their immaturities. That provides a lot of conflict in the show, but they also have this incredible sense of humor that resolves a lot of that conflict in really interesting and funny ways. So it's an interesting show. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe one of you watched it and decided that you didn't like the characters. I think for me, I find the humor to be so funny. Both of their characters to have enough, like, endearing, redeeming qualities that it balances out. But I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like, I think Molly watched it and found that those things weren't enough for her. And that doesn't surprise me or upset me. I'm like, it's one of the shows that I think is brilliant and really fucking funny. And in fact, I'm not watching it for the first time. I'm on my, like, 3rd or 4th rewatch of this. Like,
oh, really?
This is a show I have, like, come back to and laugh and slap my knee as if it's the first time I've seen it, when I've literally, like, watched this before, multiple times. Like, it's really, I think it's, like, brilliantly funny and really well done. But also, again, like, not everyone's cup of tea. I would totally not be. It does get dark, and there are conflicts between them that are a little frustrating. Like, they're you know, they don't conduct their relationship in a way that, like, I would conduct my relationships, but I think it's interesting to watch, and I think, you know, at the heart of both characters, they're, like, good people, but it's just surrounded by a lot of, like, really, really rough edges.
Mm-hmm.
So, besides the two main leads who are awesome, another great character who's on the show, or actor who's on the show is Carrie Fisher. She was on seasons 1 through 3. And I think it might have been her last project before she died. Her final TV role.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so, yeah.
What does she play?
She plays Rob's mom.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So I think in the last season, they kind of, like, I think, you know, they tie that into, like, his mom in the show dies also. And I think that's a theme in the last season, which comes out in 2 days. It comes out it'll be out, the season 4 will be out by the time this airs.
Nice.
It comes out March 15th in the US.
That sounds good. We've actually been looking for something to binge because we're going to be done with Terrace House in about 1 day.
Yeah, and they're real short. I mean, the episodes are like 25 minutes, but you'll be amazed at how much content will fit in that 25 minutes. It's one of those things, like, kind of like Russian Doll.
Yes,
where you're like,
right.
oh, these are only like 25-minute episodes.
Yeah.
And but it's like such good, the content is like such good quality.
Mm-hmm.
High density.
Yeah, high density. Yeah, no, it is a high definition TV show, I think. Ben, to answer your question there, I think it is offered in high HD.
HD?
You'll have to high D. So anyway, great show. Let me know if you end up watching it. Let me know what you think about it.
Okay, well.
I think it's a fucking riot. Again, literally, I've watched it. I think this is my 3rd or 4th rewatch.
I feel like I like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and those people are like irredeemably assholes.
I hated that show because of that reason. So I think you should be fine. Yeah. You should be fine here. It's like, it's barely like I think the show's funny regardless. Like, I just barely find these characters sufferable. I mean, I do. I really do. But it's you know, they definitely make it work for it.
Yeah, I think my bar is definitely lower than yours. It's funny. Our dad always says that about It's Always Sunny too. But then I think he did eventually watch it and like it.
Yeah, he did. He does like it.
Yeah. But he said that for ages.
Yeah, I remember.
Maybe I'll watch it someday. Oh, another thing I just wanted to like shout out. It's won some awards and stuff, but something I really like about it is that like Rob and Sharon are the 2 writers, and they are the only writers on the show, and they write it together. And I just find their like chemistry really fun. Like, they're not romantically involved in real life. They're just very good friends in real life, and, you know, admirers of each other's work. But like, their chemistry on the show is really great. I think for that reason, like, they have great like comedic chemistry together, and that's just like, it's so good in the show. I think it just like makes the show so interesting and fun for that reason. I'm out.
Nice. She is great. I've seen her in other things.
Oh,
I feel
nice.
like,
I haven't seen her in anything else.
I feel like I've seen her in other things where she played like kind of an asshole that I still really liked. I can't remember exactly what, but like that's what I think of when I look at her face. If that makes sense.
An asshole that you kind of really liked.
Yeah. What have I seen her in? What's her name again?
Sharon Horgan.
Sharon Horgan.
Sharon Horgan.
Pulling? I've never seen that show. British sitcom. Seems like something you would watch.
Sharon, why? Why is that?
Because you really like British shows and you watch a lot of them?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you seemed mad about that.
Yeah. I did kind of say it in a saucy way, but I knew that, not a saucy way. I certainly didn't say it in a saucy way.
She's in The Increasingly Poor Decisions of Todd Margaret. Did you watch that?
Yeah, she's like his love interest in that.
Yeah. Okay.
I couldn't remember the name of that show. Yeah. She also was on Bob's Burgers, I guess. But that you wouldn't know her face from there.
No, that's true.
And BoJack Horseman. And Adventure Time.
I liked that the Increasingly Poor Decisions of Todd Margaret somewhat, but I also found it very frustrating because it's just about a guy being really fucking dumb consistently.
Yeah.
Wow.
As the name would imply.
That sounds like something I would love to watch.
Yeah, it's
It also, this show has one of those things where, like, at least one of the characters you meet, or two, maybe a couple, that you don't like at first, maybe in the first season even, or, you know, maybe in the first couple episodes, you end up, like, really enjoying. I like it when shows do that. Like, you kind of assume you're not gonna like somebody, and then they just make you really like them and care for them.
Yeah.
So,
I like that too.
Yeah.
I
it's
like
good
that.
writing.
I like that.
I don't really give a fuck if I was just on the one.
Wow.
I like that.
Jesus Christ.
This is a Janelle Monáe covers podcast.
We're sorry.
Monáe covers
We're definitely getting taken down on YouTube on account of that.
Janelle Monáe, we're sorry.
We're not sorry.
I'm
for
sorry.
loving you.
I'm
Not sorry for loving her. I am sorry for singing her song very badly on purpose. Should we do homework?
I like that. Yeah.
Yes.
That was the song again.
That was really good.
Ben, what's your homework?
Go watch all the How to Train Your Dragon movies, you idiots.
Okay.
Do it.
I might have seen them.
Not the last one.
How can I tell if I've seen them?
You're gonna have to figure that out yourself. Also follow me on Twitter. Nicely proved, Ben. Follow me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/DiscoGreg.
Nice.
I peanut buttered by like half an hour, and I'm planning on peanut buttering again soon.
Congrats.
Although I haven't had time to stream for like a week, but we'll get there.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Yeah.
I have finals.
Not next week.
Well, I have finals the beginning of the week, but then I have nothing, so... And Kylie will be out of town, so I'll probably be streaming next week.
All the time.
And that's it. Bye-bye.
Bye. Wow, it must be pretty... Kylie's working late, because it's now 11 o'clock there.
Yeah.
No, it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, it's 8... Oh,
No,
yeah,
I'm
you're
using
right.
my
No, you're right. Yeah,
time
you're right.
conversion.
Wow.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's 11 o'clock there.
Yeah.
Here. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, my homework is go listen to Gesu no Kiwami Otome on Spotify, or go find them on YouTube. They have a lot of music videos up. They're really, really good.
Give that band name a spell, in case anyone's listening. and wants
It's
to find
so
them on
long.
Spotify.
Okay, Gesu, like
Gesu.
Gesu. I don't know. Gesu, Gesu. Then the word no. Then Kiwami, like Kiwami Japan, which is a YouTube channel I like, where he makes knives out of things. Kiwami. And then Otome, Otome. And it'll also be in the show notes if you'd rather look there.
The shows.
The show.
Like, Otome, like, oh, Tome!
Like when you see that Miss Marissa Tomei is in a movie and you go, oh, Tomei.
Or you, like, see a toe on your foot and you're like, oh, Tome! It's like that.
Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at Hanthropology. I have another podcast called So Dreamy. We talk about dreams, like that one where Erin saw the thing I already forgot the name of again.
Darumasan.
And that's it, I guess. Erin.
Hi, I'm Erin. You know, I was going to do an honorable shout out to So Dreamy. I really enjoyed the two eps that you kind of put out this week. One where you were on the guest of another podcast, and one where you had that guy on as a guest. And I really enjoyed those episodes. I was going to do an honorable shout out to those.
Thank you.
Those.
They were very heavy, but I think they came out okay.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed them. My name is Erin. My homework this week is to watch Catastrophe. It's on Amazon Prime Video. By the time you're listening to this, there will be 4 seasons for you to binge on. Lucky you. Mm-hmm. I learned about it when there was only 1 season. And so I have watched it slowly over time.
Oh no. The worst.
So lucky you. You can just like knock it out. I have a Twitter. It's at Erin Byrne. I have music on earnburn.com, and that's me.
That's you. That's all there is to you.
That's right.
Okay. If you want to call us, leave us a voicemail about the Iditarod or anything, or whatever your obsession
or whatever.
is. Yeah. You can leave us a voicemail at 774-326-0420. Blaze
it.
If you want to follow us on Twitter or reach out to us on Twitter or say something that should be private to us publicly on Twitter, you can tweet at us at 2broadpod, TOO broadpod. We're also on Instagram at WayTooBroad, and our email address is waytoobrod@gmail.com. And if you forgot any of
Blaze it.
If you forgot any of that, you can find all of the information we just said at waytoobroad.com for anything you want. Check out www.earnben.com for anything you need. If you want to really help us out and be super awesome, you can leave us a review, any place where you can leave podcast reviews. And we still have some stickers, so we'll send you a sticker if you do that.
It's a WayTooBroad sticker. It's big and durable.
It's big and durable. And it's pretty. So
yeah,
get it.
Yep.
Well then, cool.
Yep.
Well, the podcast candle is here, and soon it will be extinguished.
Not here.
And
she's disappearing it.
I'm about to disappear the fire, which is how you say that.
Yep.
Oh, we'll see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
We love you double, once for this week, once for next week.
We love you twice as much. The podcast candle is now extinguished. Bye-bye.
This week, twice for next week. Goodbye.
Bye.